and my setup works. So we have UK Targaryen versus Canada Nightwatch tonight. King of Nerds, of Canadian Nerds as I'm aware, and Zimmer from the UK. We look at the decks and what we have in store today. So Joe is playing his Targaryen Valyrian Steel that he ran at Stalek. Sean is playing Nightwatch Sea of Blood. The thing that people are completely whining about. I would say I don't think there is a legit reason for this. So quick look at the deck list. Sean is not running a reset, but there are there is 2 to claim pots in the face of Vanquish the Unbelievers, which is usually the opener. And then we have You Win or You Die. Interesting here, we have a refill with siege preparations. A little bit slow deck for what I think the Nightwatch deck is trying to do in most cases. Then we have my favorite pot, March to the Wall, Fortified Position, Expose Duplicity, and of course Return to the Fields. Another interesting fact is that both decks are running Fortified Position. That is not something that we see very often in these days. Joe's lineup, pretty standard at the gates, Exchange, Fortified, Return, King in the North, Eduardo Harris, the reset of choice, and You Win or You Die. There is no more goalies on both sides, so Benjen, you have to die by yourself or something. Other than that, Joe is running his Darius, his restricted card, and the restricted card for Sean is Sea of Blood. This usually caught me by surprise. I always forget that it's restricted for some reason. Joe is running, as I said before, a whopping 20 attachments. A lot of stuff here that could come handy or come useless, just because on the other side we have Rangers and they have this fancy text here, no attachment except weapon. So from all of this, Pinch will probably be the most effective as a negative attachment. Everything else pretty much Strangler. Are there targets for Strangler even? A single Yoren, Vindictive Ranger, and a single Benjen. Yep, that's about it. Everything else is doesn't understand how if they're getting Strangler or not. Yep, and we have a single copy of the Corvo and a single copy of the Iron Throne. I think there should be a third copy of Fire of Ravens, personally in this type of decks. But we see that the deck is running a little bit more events than the usual. On the Misty Norm and Watchers on the Wall are not something we often see in this type of decks because they don't need Watchers on the Wall, really. And the events for Joe are Attachment Control and Finding Attachments. The name of the game in these days. Something very surprisingly, if Riker is dead, there is almost no power icon in the Nightwatch list unless it's stolen, and then that's a little bit of an advantage for Joe that I could see. On the other hand, military icons is the other way around. Military, everything that I can see. I saw the game is up, so let's see if they jumped in. So looks like only Sean. This should be Sean. The game, so we'll wait for. I hope they didn't change the password. They didn't. Thank God. So, okay. Hi Twitch. Yep. Hi Sean. And then that's pretty much it. I missed the top 8. Some health issues. Doctors cut some stuff. Doctors stitched some stuff, and now I'm again. So let's quickly look what happened, what I missed actually. So Germany beat Poland in a, looks like it was one-sided, and Hano didn't even get to play. Then we have United States versus Andorra. Interesting. I hope this is not updated, but it's 5-2. I do hope this game so played and there are some results for them. So US and Germany continued from the top side of the bracket, and from the bottom side of the bracket, UK are continuing their submarining back into the top after the 0-2 start. So yeah, I was saying as they are auto start, but they're back in the game. And they managed to overcome a very tough field where the Baltic of the Constitution, a lot of heavy hitters there. And then we have Canada versus Netherlands, another amazing matchup, although looks like Canada swept it almost. Wilco and Donovan, our Stalek champions, managed to sneak victories. Other than that, everything. So Stalek has its own merits, as we see. And then our top four is UK versus Canada that we are covering today, where we have Joe and Sean. And on the top, Germany and United States. All of them will be, I'm sure, will be amazing. I hope I'll be able to cover as much as possible over the weekend and the holidays. And let's see if the game is up. Yep, I'm ready also. So final preparation for both players. I wonder how big boards we'll see. I'm not sure, honestly, which will be the more favorable of the two combination of factions. The strong part about Joe's deck is that it can go. It doesn't care who the Voltron is in the deck. It could go with either of them. And then for the Sean's deck, there is a lot of unfair stuff there. So we'll see. I would say it's even playing field. And also looking at the stats that I talked to when the cut started, uh, those are the biggest players currently in the World Cup as a factions. They're the most heavily represented. So all players, all countries in the top bet their money on them. So they're by far, they're both of them are by far in a great position in the current meta, I would say. And we are up. So I hope they put a timer, else I'll track the time. Or I'm not sure if it shouldn't be on time, but we'll see. Good. Standard courtesy for our lovely game. Tricky Joe. Yes, make your opponent overconfident and then beat him. It looks like Joe is wondering to mulligan or not. Let's see what the players will decide here. We've covered previous games and I complained that Joe eliminated me in the cut of Starlek, so I'll skip that part again. Not mentioning it. He reached, I think, top 16 or top 32. No, I think top 16. I think he finished 16 in the end. So he's a very well versed in his deck. Yeah. He decided to mulligan. Looks like he's happy with his setup. Let's see what we have here. Ooh. Beast setup for our Nightwatch player. I would say this is a close to perfect. And then Joy's not very bad as well with the Drogo and the Horseward. So opening plots for Joy will be probably at the gates. And for Sean will be Vanquish. Yep. And he'll go for, it's obvious I haven't played in ages, so I think some loading time we'll see some loading time, but do excuse me for that. Okay. So no surprise, Sean chose to be first and try to probably kill that Drogo. But let's see if he has the enough. And the of Ravens is checked immediately, as I was saying in the decks review, that how important they are. But maybe he has a dupe in the hand, and considering there is no location control in both in Joe's deck. And looks like is wondering what to check for Old Forest Hunter for the most tempo. You see Underground Vault discarded. Looks like he is not going for the long plan. His plan is straight and forward, murder everything, steal whatever you can. We see King's Road added to the board. The bottom are chucked in sacrifice for another Haunted Forest Scout. Any card draw. I was very hard on this card when I reviewed it, just because it doesn't work in any of my playstyles. But maybe I'll find some wolf for it in the end, the way I found wolf for Forest Patrols in the Night's Watch. So there is hope for this card still. Oh. Yeah. This looks rough, I would say. Where did the Drangos dagger go? Okay. Yeah, 5 cents is more than enough for the shenanigans that are in store. This is Illyrius estate. And marshalling is to Joe, so young Illyrius estate. Reduce. Targaryen loyalist. Oh my god, why is it? What's going on? Maybe I should have restarted my PC. But very sorry about that, guys. As I think I was out for some time. So like Joe will be able to populate the board reasonably well. But I wonder if he will get the +5 win here. We see Hizar for a little bit more economy. And then Drogo is with Tokar for additional strength for attachments. And Warrior's Parade. There is no stealth locally on this side of the board, so looks like Drogo will be pumped to insane strength here. Both Triggers of Valyrian Steel are for refunding the spent gold. But this may not be enough. And we see good old Drogo joining the fray as well. And Mirini's Market was discarded for Kizar's Trigger. Unfortunately, there are no two cards in. There are not 3 cards in Joe's hand, so this means no Koto joining the battle. So the math is a little bit easier here. Things that could go wrong from the attachment side. I honestly, with the 0 gold, I cannot think of anything. Surprisingly to no one, Sean chose the Rangers. For the end, we see a military for with, I would assume, everyone. It makes sense to be with everyone and looking for that put to the sword. Yep, 16. So, and 7, 10. Jump block. Looks like Joy's planning to eat this one. So card discarded for gold. And Corin Q. Put. And to claim. Yep. Joe Targaryen Warlist. And there will be March next step. With the lone survivor of 4 death in a single challenge phase. And Corin gets renown, and now there will be a 2 claim intrigue. You can go this white knowing that there is no, but to return is a thing, knowing that there is not heavy reset. I wonder if Joey will defend the challenge. There is no need to defend it currently. At least get another card on the backswing. They cannot defend. Looks like I'm pretty sure that's not a rage quit. He maybe have a little bit of internet connection problems. Yup, probably DC. We all hate to see this happening at this stage of the game. And I now expect his phone to start ringing. It looks like he's back. Let's hope so. As expected, he didn't defend the challenge. We'll lose 2 cards here. So he was Toker and Pentos. You don't want to see this actually, very rough. This is one of the engines of the decks from the box. When an attachment is drawn, you review it and you can attach it. And then draw a card. Yep. Well, and we see the end of his challenges. And as for Son, we Joyce returning with an intrigue challenge. Let's see what he will hit at least at this point. And Benjen. Okay, that's where we want to see Benjen in the discard pile. So it's a solid return. So I wonder if now Sean will go into definitely not return, doesn't make sense. He's keeping 3 very beastie rangers on the board. So I would expect March to get rid of Hizar, the last standing obstacle in the way. And then Wolf maybe this ranger, because this one is old Forest Hunter is an old staple in the Night Sword strategy. So Joy's going with Yuin or dying to March. So looks like he's looking for fuel and trying to survive the onslaught that is carried his way. Interesting enough, we see the old forest hunter biting the dust here and not the Wolf Ranger. I would have probably considered keeping him. He definitely doesn't need the strength. But maybe because he'll have to defend now, these two are not counted in the equation for defense. So, and we see Underground Vault providing 2 gold for the turn. So we see Quake. Warrior Braid. Card draw. This is definitely a right decision for Joe. Just because we have a... His attachment will be safer here, at least for time being. Also additional card draw, which is very needed at this stage. And that being turn 2. Go figure why people hate the Rangers. Oh, don't tell us that, Joe. I mean, it will be a death by 1000 cuts from here, just because Joe will not be able to hold any power on his faction card. So looks like Joe will concede. I was hoping for a little bit longer game for the start for my return, but uh, um, let me try to get them on an interview. I mean, uh, okay, so looks like they're maybe not finished. So it's up to Joe to decide if he'll concede or not. Okay, so they decided to play a little bit more. Let's see what will happen. So we see Grain, Eye of Ravens. As I mentioned before, very important for the deck. And so this doesn't make the math, as I mentioned, a lot harder for the carries that Joe is running. Just because the old forest, the haunted forest scouts are on the board and with a third ranger. So they will definitely stay, and here you have the power icon that you need. Pulse faster the round, and this will be always on the board. I don't think there is something in Joe's deck that could remove them. Only thing that can come outright in my mind is the all-time favorite Breaking Ties, but Joe's not running it. As we know, he's running his Zar. So other than that, the board is very stable for Sean here, so definitely high road here. We see oh, we see you wouldn't like to see this happening, but oh well. But Sean can find the bounce without forming, or even shuffle it back to play it. But I don't think that will be, there is need for that. You just have to find his event to find more rangers, I think. That's what makes sense here. And looks like Sean doesn't want to give him any power. And that's the end of his challenges. So we'll see an intrigue first to 6. And then these 2 power will be moved to one of these ranger thanks to Gren. So we'll have unopposed military, unopposed intrigue, and dominance, which will be 4 more power. So he will jump to 7. We see another. Looks like he was too expensive to be marshaled this turn. We see our ravens shuffled. Move. So the yeah, he passed his challenges. So now he'll be able to do it in the military that will come. So here you either go to wipe cut down the board a little bit more, or cut down the economy, because that's how to travel more. Looks like you try to whittle down the board a little bit more. Yep, the 2 power was moved with grain. We see Pudor sword will be played on the equate. Surprisingly, he didn't. Yeah, and the freedman will be gone. Surprisingly, he didn't go for the. What's his name? Bound to the wall. It looks like he just decided to keep the board small and go from there. So he jumped to 9. Did I make it wrong? Yeah, my math was wrong because I was looking at this power. So yep, 9. We see Begging Brother, Warriors Bright, and Queensguard discarded. And we see exchange of information into return to the field. So looks like Sean was expecting a reset here, but that won't do anything. So Joy's looking for resources here. Let's hope his exchange is good at least compared to the rest of his work. So we see Joe selected to be first, and returns will be used. Okay, so he didn't decide to resolve return to the field. Let's see what we have here. Event, attachment, location, and a dead character, unfortunately. Mercenary contract, loyalist, gift of the widow, old billbone. Nothing that could help here. So he'll get Jogo, definitely. Then Shadow of the East. So he got Targaryen loyalist, Dragon. Why the Targaryen loyalist? Jogo is dead. Give him Jogo. Or we see some sportsmanship here. So Illyrio Estate, loyalist, Sword, Blade for a card draw. We see gifts for the Widow Plate. Find Beggar King. Looks like Joy is hoping to keep a board. Gain a gold. A second gift for the Widow for a and he concedes. Okay, so I'll jump to the Discord with them for a second. I do hope my Discord is running. My Discord is not running. GG, so Canada 1, UK 0, maybe, I'm not sure, so I'll wait for my Discord. While my very professional of me. Very got stream. Hello, Sean.
Hey.
Hey, let's wait for Joe and we can talk a little about the exciting game we had.
Yeah, it was a really nail biter.
Yup, to the last.
I mean, sometimes with Night's Watch, it just sort of sea of blood, you know? Doesn't matter how good your opponent is.
I'm a Night's Watch loyalist. I hate the deck and I've never played it. I tried it once. It definitely put a bitter taste in my mouth. It's like, nah, not this.
It is very disgusting. And it has some broken cards in there that you can fetch, but you don't even need to. You know what I mean? Like, I never once felt the impulse to grab Bound of the Wall, even though it's like the most broken card in the game. That's just how gross that deck is. There's just so many things you can do.
I do not. My computer is starting to act. I don't agree it's the most broken one in the game. There are a lot more broken ones in the game. But...
Oh yeah, I agree. There's definitely more broken, which is a testament to how the game is right now. There's more broken things.
Hello, Joe.
Hey.
So, welcome to the stream. First question, what did you mulligan?
I think I had like a Barristan, Brolio, some Chud. No useful attachment.
Okay, so you had characters at least.
I had characters, but none supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that you really, I find in test games looking for is old build can stall them out early game, so at least you can survive through the claim.
Yeah, it's either old build or I need dupes. Like, I
yeah.
get dupes because you reset.
Yep.
Survive. It's I even don't draw dupes.
And you didn't see a quote at that time, which is brutal.
Yeah, and it was telegraphed as well. Something that we pointed out on stream, because you were left with just 2 cards and there was definitely no auto there at that point of time.
Yep.
So what made you choose the deck, guys? I know Joe played it. We played with Joe at Stalek, so I know why he's on this deck. But for Sean, why did Canada chose this deck for the elimination? I don't remember what was the previous deck in the lineup.
That was the same deck.
Okay, so you betted on it from the start?
Yeah, slight modifications to it. I added the Iron Throne for some bad matchups, just so I could counter some cards that are...
Are there bad matchups?
Pardon?
Are there bad matchups?
There are weaker matchups. I wouldn't say there's any bad matchup. And that's the reason why I'm playing that deck, because I just wanted to represent Canada as best I could. Not morally, of course, but statistically.
Okay. Okay, and Joe, you're on the deck quite before the...
Yeah, so
for quite some time.
Start in the Swiss round, I switched to top.
Yep.
Mainly, I played this deck for a month or 2 prior to Stalek, so stick with
And it's a great deck. I love Valyrian Steel. It's probably one of my favorite agenda. Probably my favorite agenda in the game right
Yeah, I really like it. It just has a very bad aggro matchup. Basically, you turn to
Yeah.
load of cards freely, whereas you have to pull your cards in front of 5 and then most of the time you still can't survive.
Feels really good though when you get Grolio out with Valyrian Steel triggering. It's kind of like a pseudo. What's that? Woodsman, seasoned Woodsman.
Yeah.
I was impressed that they thought like Pentos and Grolio were a good idea after Valyrian Steel.
And they did Pentos as well. So
I've got a lot of questions for things.
You really? There are a lot of questionable things in the box. My one is bribery. Why is this card there? Why does it exist? But it's my type of card, so I'm very happy with it.
Bribery exists to make me smile. Did you? I don't know if you saw. I played a game for John Andrews last round, and my opponent played 6-cost Balin, and I opened with Loan from the Iron Bank because I was going to play Danny. But instead, I drew into
Mercenary
contract, and I had a bribery already. So I just played the mercenary contract, bribery, turn 1, Balin.
GG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's really bad game.
That one is, so, and you're complaining about Bound to the Wall.
I'm not complaining. I'm playing it.
Yeah. So, how do you think the matchups, the rest of the matchups will go, guys? Based on just matchups.
I think I looked through them. I looked about 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah. I'd say there are 3 matches that I think are in our favor, 3 matches that are in the UK's favor, and then everything else is 50.
And which are those matches?
I thought this match was in my favor.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely.
I think the Francis Cotier Targaryen versus Baratheon. I think that's in our. I think John Andrews versus George Anker's Greyjoy. I think that's in our favor.
I forgot what is the Mystery Knight. Is it Targaryen again? Or
yeah,
Night
Targaryen. Tar Cohor with bribery and mercenary contracts. You'll notice a theme.
Yeah, I can notice a theme there, but yeah, as I said, it's an amazing card. Love to funnel here. I mean, fortunately, no one is playing melee. Unfortunately, no one is playing melee. It's a melee card.
I think the Stark matchup, the Manny matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
So one Interrail is Shadows, I assume, on both sides. Was that the case?
Pardon?
Is both sides playing Kingdom of Shadow for one Interrail? I'm sorry, guys. I was a little bit out of the 4 weeks, so I forgot what are the decks. But okay, so looks like we have an amazing matchup. So until the end. So thank you for the game. Good luck for the rest, both countries, and
thank you for streaming.
See you all next time. Oh, I'm cutting the stream.